You can't trust every headline that you read, and you can't trust any article, every article. You can trust some articles out there that you read either. You have to know the numbers, and you have to know where to look before you go out and blindly trust anybody, including me, right? Put it to the test. Now, we're going to go through, and we're going to look at a couple statistics in this video, because the article says, Shiba Inu coin news. SHIB holders jump to fart coin. Bonk and a surprise crypto back to replace XRP. Now, guys, I don't think, okay, they're going to talk about Remedics in this video, or in the article. I'm not going to go into it. They're trying to get you into Remedics. I don't think that it's going to replace XRP or anything like that. But I do have an issue with saying that Shiba Inu coin holders are jumping ship to jump into fart coin. So let's talk about it. If it sounds like something you're interested in, let's get started. What's up, everybody? I'm Clay. Now, we're going to jump into this article in a second here, but I do want to tell you this. Fartcoin has done very well over the last couple of days, and really over the last week. You could see a 75% gain over the last 7 days. Now, a little bit of a pullback over the last 24 hours here. 10% decline over the last 24 hours. As a lot of cryptocurrency and a lot of meme coins are in the red over the last 24 hours. But weekly gains are beautiful. And meme coins are gaining very, very nice over the last 7 days. 75% gain in Popcat. You've got a 16% gain in Pudgy Penguins. A 26% gain in Dog with Hat. SPX 6900 up 15%. You've got a 75% gain in Fartcoin. 23% for Bonk. So you do have a lot of very nice gains in a lot of Solana tokens. Some of the Ethereum tokens are not regaining traction quite as well, and it's causing a lot of people to wonder what's going on. So Shiba Inu coin, being an Ethereum-based token, is not seeing as large a gains as some of the Solana meme coins out there. But this article says SHIB holders are jumping ship to Fartcoin. Now, what this is doing is taking advantage of both Shiba Inu coin in the headline and Fartcoin in the headline, because it is up 80% over the last 7 days. But if we come out and we look at the actual statistics for Shiba Inu coin, you can see that SHIB holders have been steadily increasing over the last several weeks here, and they currently stand at 1,507,529 wallet addresses holding Shiba Inu coin on the blockchain. Right? That doesn't even go into the total number of people in places like Coinbase, Robinhood, and so on. So 1.507 million holders on the blockchain. And you can see that they're clearly not jumping ship to go over and invest in Fartcoin. Sure, money is flowing into Fartcoin at a rate that is higher than the money flowing into Shiba Inu coin right now. But it is not outflowing from Shiba Inu coin. The holders are not declining. The holders are actually growing. So when you start to understand how to look at the numbers, you're gonna read articles in a completely different light. What this is doing is taking advantage of a FOMO or a fearful situation, right? And it is trying to position you to jump into something like Fartcoin and so on. Because these guys that write the articles, they're not dumb, okay? They understand that during times of fear, people respond better to the negative, to the doomy and gloomy, to the fear mongering that is being written out there. During times of fear, people flock to fear. Now, during times of greed, they flock to greed. And when, not if, but when this ticks back up and we're in a green or a greedy situation, you're going to see the articles being written saying things like, people are leaving, Bitcoin. People are leaving altcoins to jump into meme coins. Shiba Inu coin is gaining traction. How high could it go? Could it go to $1? Could we see? And it's the exact opposite of what we're seeing right now. All of the articles being written. Shiba Inu coin adding another zero. Shiba Inu coin holders are leaving. They're fleeing. They're giving up. We're on the brink of destruction. And oh, how quickly it is going to change when the price action starts to get just a little bit more positive. Now, we do have to deal with all of the fear in the meantime. And one of the best ways that I believe we can equip ourselves to deal with that fear is through knowledge. If you understand what is going on, you're going to be less fearful. And through diversification. If you have a diverse portfolio, you are going to be less concerned with one coin's price action. So I don't just own Shiba Inu coin. I've done actually a very good job of diversifying out on the KSX exchange and with what I hold on the blockchain through Best Wallet. And one of those tokens that I do hold is Solixi token. Now, Solixi token is a layer 2 blockchain, so it is a utility token on the Solana network. They're building out this blockchain, and it is going to be incredible if, of course, the indicator of success is the size of the community. Because these guys have 70+ thousand followers on their X account alone, and they are getting massive traction. 771,000 impressions on their pinned post. So, guys, you need to understand, if while we're living and while we're dealing with all of the fear, if we just take a step back and reassess the situation, you don't have to let that fear dictate your decisions. So looking at Shiba Inu coin news today shows the current state of meme coin volatility, and I will agree, meme coins are very volatile right now. It says Shiba Inu coin has been extremely volatile over the last few months, with its price influenced by speculation and social media sentiment that has seen the number 2 meme coin trade between 1,000 and 1,500 points per coin. Analysts see the Shiba Inu coin can push towards the next resistance at 1570 if the momentum continues, potentially being a possible 30% move from the current levels. So sitting right now around 1,200 points per coin, Shiba Inu coin is trying its best to maintain its recent gains, and I believe that it can do so as long as Bitcoin holds up, as long as Ethereum holds up, as long as this market doesn't crumble. And here's I guess the kicker, right? Donald Trump's tariffs have been causing a lot of commotion in markets, and what I believe, a lot of unnecessary commotion. The world hates that man, and he could come out and he could, guys, we could wipe away $40 trillion in debt, and they would somehow tell you that it was a bad idea, a bad move, and a bad decision. We are going to have to deal with a lot of hatred over the next couple of years. And we're going to have to deal with a lot of negativity because the mainstream media is painting a picture right now. And they do not want to paint a picture of success. They want to paint a picture of loss. So I don't know how long the fear goes on. But what I do know is that if we deal with it, if we push through, if we are willing to accumulate, we will see just amazing gains on the other side. So I'm sitting here, I'm accumulating on the KSX exchange. You guys can do so on up to 100x leverage. You got a link for this down in the description. And 0% fees. One of the best things about the KSX exchange is if you're trading futures, literally 0% maker, 0% taker on a lot of their meme coins. It's 0.01% on larger coins like Bitcoin and XRP and so on. So please look at the fees before you trade. And then if you're holding, just make sure the asset is yours, right? If you plan on holding long term, hold on the blockchain. And that is what I do through Best Wallet. You got a link for this down there as well. It's a free download. That link's going to take you to the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store, so you know you're getting the correct app. These guys are in competition with some of the biggest wallets out there: Trust Wallet, Phantom Wallet, MetaMask, and so on. And they do have additional features. I think you're going to like them. Test them out and see what you think. Let me know down in the comments below. Until the next time, hope that each and every one of you have an awesome day.